This orange cake is so soft, very moist, and melts in your mouth. It is so delicious. If you want to learn how to make this cake, join me as I take you on a step-by-step tutorial on how to make orange cake without milk or mixer. Let's get started. Here are the ingredients for this recipe: all-purpose flour, corn flour, margarine, sugar, orange juice. And I have orange pulp here, eggs, vegetable oil, orange zest, vanilla flavor, butterscotch flavor. This is Cardos Cakes and Chops. You're welcome to my channel. The first thing I'll be doing is to combine all the wet ingredients. I'll be mixing the wet ingredients before the dry ingredients. In a clean bowl, I'll be adding 80 grams of margarine. You can use margarine or butter. For today's recipe, I'll be using my whisk to mix the margarine. This is a no mixer and no milk recipe. When I mix a little, I'll be adding some sugar. I'll be using 1.5 cup of sugar for this recipe. I'll be adding the sugar bit by bit and mix gently. As I mix the margarine with the sugar, if you notice it's becoming too dried, I will be adding the vegetable oil into this mixture now. I'll be adding 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. The vegetable oil is going to make it easier for the sugar and the margarine to mix well and combine well. As I mix this to combine well, in a bit I'll be adding the remaining sugar. This is a super moist orange cake recipe. I bet you this is the best orange cake you will ever have. After adding the rest of the sugar, I will keep mixing until it turns pale and becomes lighter in color. If this is your first time here, like and share my videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials. Turn on the notification bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. The mixture of the margarine and the sugar is looking all pale and lighter now. Time to add the eggs. I'll be using 3 medium-sized eggs for this recipe. I'll be adding them one after the other, bit by bit. After mixing this one to be well combined, then I'll be adding the second egg. Adding the eggs gradually this way helps the sugar to melt and dissolve well, helps your mixture combine well. Don't forget to scrape the sides of your bowl. The eggs will give volume to your mixture, makes it fluffier and creamier. As you keep mixing, you notice it's rising in volume, becoming fluffier and creamy. You can see how fluffy it looks now. It is time to add another egg. This is the second egg. While mixing your cake batter, don't forget to always scrape the sides of your bowl with your spatula to avoid any leftover sugar granules, to have an even mixture, an even batter. Well mixed this way. Scrape properly, then continue mixing. It's very important. I'll be adding the third egg now. This is a bit of a process, but this is equally the best way and the best method to achieve a good result for this recipe. Let me scrape the sides of the bowl once again. After mixing in this third egg, I'll be adding other ingredients into the mixture. I guarantee you, after making this cake, you will get a soft and tender orange cake with a strong, fresh orange flavor. Look at our mixture now and see the consistency we have here. This is the consistency of our mixture. This is perfect and the right consistency. I'll begin to add other ingredients. I'll be adding the orange zest. This is 1.5 tablespoons of orange zest. Then 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor. I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of butterscotch flavor. Then I will mix well to combine. The orange zest adds to the quality of your orange cake. It improves the flavor and the taste of your cake, giving it a strong citrus flavor. I use the fresh orange zest for this recipe, so to get a very good result, you should equally use the fresh orange zest. I am done with the wet ingredients. I'll just set it aside. Now we'll move on to the dried ingredients. I have 295 grams of all-purpose flour here. I have 1/4 cup of corn flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I'll use my small whisk and give it a good mix to combine well. Dried ingredients are well mixed and already sifted to avoid any lumps or dirt. It is now time to combine the wet and the dried ingredients. This is the time to mix the cake batter, and to do this, I'll be using 1 and 1/3 cup of orange juice. I'll be transferring the mixed all-purpose flour into the wet mixture gradually and mix gently. While mixing, I'll be adding some orange juice into the mixture. I'll be dropping the whisk now and continue the mixing with my spatula. While mixing, I'll be adding the all-purpose flour bit by bit, gradually, and alternatively adding the orange juice too. So I will do a little flour and some orange juice. Give it a little mix using the folding technique. Some orange juice. Then I'll use the folding technique and give it a gradual fold and mix. Fold and mix gently. Remember, handle your batter carefully. When mixing, be gentle. Be careful not to overmix. Overmixing your batter gives you a very tough and dense cake. So I'll continue mixing the batter, adding the flour and the orange juice. Little flour, some orange juice. I am using fresh orange juice for this recipe, but you can use either store-bought or fresh orange juice. Whichever one you prefer is okay. While mixing my batter, the oven is already preheating. I'm preheating my oven for 10 to 15 minutes before putting in the batter into the oven. Always preheat your oven first before baking in it. It's very, very important. I'll be adding the rest of the orange juice now. Then give it a gentle mix, and that takes us to the next ingredient, which I'll be adding, which is the orange pulp. Very interesting ingredient. 2 tablespoons of orange pulp, fresh orange pulp. I'll give it a gentle fold. Gentle fold. This is zesty, citrus, delicious orange cake packed with flavor. At this point, the baking pans are already greased and waiting to be used. So I'll transfer the batter into the baking pans. After that, I'll be tapping the pan on my table to release air bubbles, any air trapped in the batter. The next thing I'll be adding into the batter is some orange slices. I have orange slices here. I'll be coating it with some granulated sugar. Then add them into the batter before baking. This is interesting because I want to get the whole sweetness, the whole goodness of my oranges inside this cake. The pulp, the slices. Afterwards, I'll be sprinkling more granulated sugar on the orange slices. While baking, the orange slices and the sugar are going to sink deep into the cake, releasing more flavor, more sweetness, making the cake more moist. I'll be transferring the rest of the batter into a smaller cake pan. Then I'll be adding an orange slice too, coated with some sugar. I'll be baking these cakes at 170 degrees centigrade for 40 minutes or until skewer comes out clean when inserted. You can use skewer or toothpick, whichever one works. After 40 minutes, our orange cake is well baked and ready. After 10 minutes, I'll be transferring these cakes to a cake rack to cool off completely. If this is your first time on this channel and you love my recipe, share my videos, give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials on cakes, breads, and chops. Turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified each time I upload a new video. Now you should be able to make one of the best orange cake recipes at home. This is the best ever. I would like a feedback when you try this recipe. Drop me a comment in the comment section. Let me know how it turned out. This cake is very soft, super moist with tender crumbs. The aroma and flavor is everywhere. Literally melts in your mouth. So delicious. I hope you try this amazing recipe. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in my next one.